Nice pompano.
What we've been targeting.
Pompano. Yes. All right, it's a pompano. All right, that's what we're after. Look at that. Oh man, nice whiting. Man, that's huge.
Hey guys, welcome back to Uncharted. I'm Lindsay. The tall guy behind me is Scott. And 1 year ago this week, we caught the biggest pompano we've ever caught. Was our son and Scott were out fishing one early morning. We have been trying to see what we can catch lately. The weather hasn't been working with us. The current hasn't been working with us. We have 2 hours before we have to pick up the kids. We're gonna see what we can do.
The bite's been real tough the past couple days. It wasn't just a couple weeks ago we were catching pompano, whiting, black drum, sheepshead, and mutton snapper right here at the beach. And every time it was on these frozen sand fleas. And that's what we're using today is these frozen sand fleas, but all we're getting are the small bites, the small whiting and,
Something's coming.
Yep.
It's hard when the current's so strong to tell if it's a fish or if it's just the weight bouncing off the bottom. This one's gotta be bigger than what we've been catching. That rod moved a lot.
Yeah, a little bit better.
All right, what do you think it is?
I don't know, that hit like a nice sized whiting maybe.
It's not hard to bring in, so it's swimming in with
Swimming in, might be a pompano. Well, that water sure is cleaned up just since yesterday. Seems like the conditions are changing just about every single day. Day to day, you may have to move north, you may have to move south just to get to that clean water where the fish are biting. Fogs rolling in on the beach. So maybe that change in pressure is gonna start to bite up. Oh, I see it pulling. Okay, go easy in the trough here. You always wanna go easy when it comes through this trough because that's where the pressure increases and you can pull that hook. Oh, it's going.
We're using 5 and 6 ounce sinkers today to try and keep the lines from crossing over each other.
All right, it's a pompano. All right, that's what we're after.
Yay!
All right, nice pompano.
Oh, what we've been targeting.
Yes, great pompano. All right.
So pretty. This is one of the best tasting fish. I love it pan fried with some butter.
Oh yeah. We're gonna try something new this time. One of the subscribers recommended leaving the skin on and pan frying it with some butter and some spices. So we're excited to give that a try.
All right, the pompano, you start at the fork and you measure to the nose.
And here in Florida, they've got to be 11 inches to be a keeper. And you've got to measure to the fork. In other states, it's overall length. But here in Florida, it's the fork to the tip of the nose, and it's got to be 11. So a little too small.
We'll catch them later.
All right, so on these 3 rods, we've got the current going north. So the heavy weight is going to be on the southmost rod to hold that line from crossing over the other 2. So as I cast out, I start with the northmost, the way the current's going, and I work my way down. And I went out just in the trough, a little bit past the trough, and a little bit farther on this one here. And what I realized is when I casted this one, all of the frozen sand fleas just flew right off. So it's just fish bites out there right now. We'll let it run for a minute and we'll see what happens. Just as I was saying, we weren't having any luck with those frozen fleas. Lindsay got that pompano. So that was on the rod that was way out with just fish bites. So we're still gonna use some frozen fleas and fish bites on every rod. We're just gonna cast them way out there.
I had a fish and I didn't even know it this whole time.
We were reeling in the rods to just check the bait. Got a little whiting.
Nice whiting.
All right.
We got some whiting yesterday, so these don't have a size limit, so we can definitely add this guy if we want, or do you want to let him go?
Maybe for good luck?
We'll let him go for good luck then. All right, bye fishy.
Go check this one down here.
Woo, the water's chilly.
Good.
I'm gonna see if it's another little whiting that I can't really tell is there. fish
Oh,
on there.
yeah. Another small whiting.
That's even smaller. This guy's even smaller than the last one. We'll let him go too.
This is my first rod that I've used with braid out here at the surf, and what I notice is you do feel about every nibble and bite, but you also feel that sinker going over every single little ridge and valley on the seafloor there. Leave a comment below on if you use braid or mono, and tell me why. I'm interested in what everyone else does.
All right, maybe we got a little school of pompano.
Same thing, it's kind of easier to bring in than it was when I was checking bait, so could be swimming in. No, popped off. So the first part of this video was actually yesterday morning, and this is the next day, and the current is now going north, and yesterday it was going south. So things switched up, the water's a lot more clear today. It is cold this morning and it is windy, and we're hoping that means pompano. So we've got 3 rods out with 3 hook rigs on each rod. So we got 9 hooks in the water. Let's see if we can make it happen. You might have told from my other videos that some of those other reels are pretty squeaky, so Lindsay got me a nice new rod and reel for Christmas. We're gonna give that a try today. That wind is really howling and the current's pretty strong. I've got 5 and 6 ounce sinkers on there right now, and they're scooting a little bit. That water's real dirty, like coffee brown, which is not good for pompano. But we're not giving up. Oh, fish on, fish on. All right. That one looks good. Fish on. There we go. Oh yeah, this one feels pretty good. Right on the brand new rod, that's awesome. Swimming sideways, that is what we want to see. All right, man, nice whiting. Look at that whiting there, look at that bull whiting, nice. That is a thick whiting there. Look at that. Oh man, nice whiting. Man, that's huge. I'm liking this 3 rod setup because as I change one of the rod's baits, I've still got 2 rods in the water, which is plenty. So at all times, I'm really fully fishing. This is great. I think we got a fish on this one. Look at that. Little croaker. Look at that, nice. Man, would that be good bait for snook. We got some rain moving in. We're about to call it quits, but we're gonna see if we can get one last bite here.
As I was heading up with the camera, Scott caught a fish.
Bringing the lines in, we found we had a fish the whole time. Those 5, 6 ounce sinkers, this is a 6 ounce. It's really hard to feel those smaller fish. The most important advice I can give you when filleting fish is to put your fish on ice for no less than 3 hours before you clean the fish. What that's gonna do is it's gonna make your fish real rigid. The meat's gonna get ultra dense and not gummy. And when you fillet the fish, it's gonna lay nice and flat, and that knife's gonna slide right through that meat really easily. The first thing you wanna do is make sure you have a cut resistant glove. These things are great, and you don't realize you need it until it's too late. Second thing, you want a very, very sharp knife. The sharper the knife, the quicker you're gonna get through these fish. First thing you wanna do is make a cut just behind that pectoral fin there. Then you're gonna pull the knife just under the skin, trace along the outline of the fillet. Just like that. And here's the real trick. Immediately turn the fish over. Don't go any further on the one side. Turn it over and do the same exact thing before you remove that first side's fillet. It's going to keep the fish nice and flat. Go down that side. Go back up this side. You're going to make just a little cut along the rib cage there. You're going to come back over, cut along the backbone, peek the knife through, come back up to your cut, flip the fish over, and here's where you're going to remove the meat from the skin. Press down while flexing the blade. You're just going to slide the knife up along that skin. Just like that. All of the skin's left behind, and you're left with a very clean fillet. Let's cut this off. Now, flip back to that first side. Cut along that backbone. And really, with these fish, you can go straight over the backbone, come out the other side. You don't really need to trace the bottom side. Once you get good, you can just do that. Come up, flip it over. There you go. You may have some ribs left over there. You're going to cut into those ribs out there and just scoop them off. And you'll also have pin bones about that far down from here to here. So you're just going to cut a little wedge and remove those pin bones. You can see those pin bones sticking up right there. 1, 2, 3. And that's how you fillet a whiting. What I recommend is, if you're going to eat this fresh, you're going to want to take this and put it in a container and keep it in the refrigerator for about 24 hours or just overnight, 12 to 24 hours. And that's going to dry off this kind of slimy moisture on there. It's going to be a real nice fish. It's going to season up real nice, and it's going to eat a little bit better than if you just ate it right now. Let me know how you're doing in the surf right now, and if you're having any luck and what bait you're using.